So hello and welcome back to Stephen Forbes. Today I'm asking AI to quiz me on my knowledge of the R170 SLK. And you've seen in a previous video I asked to quiz me on my R107 SL. Did okay on that. A couple of questions I was a little bit on, so I learned something from that though. So we're going to do the same. This time I'm going to do 5 questions instead of 10 though, just to help speed up the process a little bit. So I've asked Google Gemini, please ask me 5 questions about the Mercedes R170 SLK. Now, I haven't entered it in yet, so I haven't seen the question. I don't know what's coming up. Let's push enter and let's see what we get asked. So I've asked Google Gemini to give me 5 questions. It said, absolutely, the Mercedes-Benz R170 SLK is a classic. Maybe a little bit strong in some people's eyes. Here are 5 questions about this iconic roadster. Again, might be a little bit strong in some people's eyes, but anyway. First question, what is the defining and most innovative feature of the R170 SLK when it was introduced? And what was the trade name Mercedes gave to this feature? Interesting one. Well, I would say it has to be this roof, because it is essentially a 2-seater sports car, which isn't anything new. But it was this roof. They had produced a folding hardtop thing back in like the 50s. They did some, but they were only very niche or quite expensive options on cars. So this was the first sort of mass-produced folding hardtop roof, and it was called the Vario roof, I believe. I don't know what they mean by trade name, but we're going to go on with that. Second question. The R170 is built with a variety of engines. Which high-performance AMG variant was produced towards the end of its run, and what was its engine configuration? Well, they did the SLK 32 AMG, which was the 3.2 V6 supercharged. Now you could get the 3.2 naturally aspirated in the SLK in the post facelift cars, but yes, you couldn't get the only way you can get a supercharged in the V6 was to have the 32 AMG. Right, 2 out of 2. I think we're doing all right so far. The SLK stands for Sports Light Compact, or Sports Light and Compact. Now, hopefully I've probably messed up my German now. I do apologise to my German viewers. The R170 model series first launched in which calendar year? That's 1996. So around from 1996 till 2004. So question number 4. Besides the standard SLK 200 and SLK 230 compressor models, there were 2 naturally aspirated V6 options offered. What were the displacement of these 2 V6 engines? I only thought there was 1 naturally aspirated V6. I only thought there was as we've already mentioned, the 320, which is the 3.2 V6, which naturally aspirated, but you could also get the 32, which has like a supercharger on there. I'm a little bit puzzled by that one. I'll have to see what Google comes up with that as an answer. So, last question. What was the name of the concept car that Mercedes-Benz first showcased in 1994, which heavily previewed the design and features of the production R170 SLK? I don't actually know. I know I did do a concept car in 1994. I think it was like a sort of like a mint greeny, a bluey colour, sort of very light colour. And it had the grille which sat flush on the front. And I do know a very sad little fact, because I know quite a bit about these cars. The holes on the front of the grille on this car, and the reason it's got little sort of circular holes in the grille, is because of that concept. The concept had a flush fitting grille. That's quite hard to say. And that also had little tiny holes in the front of it as well. So that's why the production car got the grille with the holes in the front. Just a sad fact there for you. So yes, I don't quite know the name of it, so I'll be interested to see what it tells us about that in a minute. So I'm going to ask Google now to answer these questions for me, and we'll have a quick run through of the answers. Please do let me know in the comments below how you've been getting along as well. So let's go through the answers then. First question was about the most innovative feature of the R170 SLK. It says here the defining and most innovative feature was the folding metal roof hardtop convertible, which Mercedes-Benz called the Vario roof. Yes, that's a pretty obvious question. Well done if you got that one right. So second question was all about the AMG variant. What was that? And it says here The high performance AMG variant was the SLK 32 AMG. Its engine configuration was a supercharged 3.2 litre V6, which was the M112 engine. I didn't know it was M112, I must admit. I get very confused on engine codes on Mercedes, to be completely honest. So let's have a look at the first one. When was the SLK launched? 1996. Fourth question, which I don't quite understand, because it was about the two V6s they offered. So let's see what Google's put down here. So the two naturally aspirated V6 engine options were a 3.2 litre, which is the SLK 320, and a 2 litre SLK 200 V6. A naturally aspirated version offered in some markets. I never knew that. So it's a self-correction as clarification. The most common V6 was the 320, the 3.2, and the 200 V6 a later option. The common non-compressor 200 SLK used in inline 4, the SLK 200 V6 was sometimes confused with or referred to as the SLK 200 compressor, which used an inline 4 cylinder engine. However, in terms of V6 option, beside the compressor 4 cylinder models, the displacement was 3.2 and 2 litres. I've never heard of that before. I thought I did. I know I did a 200 compressor. And I've heard I've done a 200 non-compressor. I never knew that was a V6 type. I might have to go and just fact checking. I don't quite believe that, to be honest. So the final question was talking about the concept car, and it says the concept car was simply called the SLK Concept. I really should have got that right. Just applying a bit of common sense to that one, shouldn't I? It was shown in two different versions, a red one and a yellow one, at the Turin and Paris motor shows in 1994. Well, there we go. I didn't know that, to be honest. I knew I did a concept. I didn't know I did two variants in the, I presume, bright red, and I presume the yellow was it Yellowstone? I think like a little bright yellow solid colour, which was sort of the launch colour on these cars, and I think they look really smart in the bright yellow, to be honest. So yes, I didn't know that, so I've learned something there myself. So I think I've done quite well on that. I didn't know about the 2 litre V6. I didn't know I did two different variations of the V6. I'm going to have to go away and research that a little bit more, because I genuinely don't know about it, whether it was available in certain markets, not here in the UK, I'm not too sure. But overall, I think I did fairly well. Please let me know in the comments below how you've done. And yeah, that brings us to the end of today's video. Just a little bit of fun today. So it's going to be goodbye from me, goodbye from the SLK, and we'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.